Good morning. Important day today at the Council of Foreign Affairs. From Romania's perspective, our key objectives are concerning de-escalation of the situation in the Middle East so that we ensure that the pressure felt on the energy prices for our citizens is just a short-term one and that we have a clear solution going forward. As we speak here today, Prime Minister of Romania has talks back home with oil producers, as Romania is an oil and natural gas producer, and we want to make sure on our own part that we have a solution to keep the prices steady, but also that we are able to contribute to the European solutions to that. In terms of Ukraine's need for support, Romania's position is very clear that the 90 billion loan needs to be dispersed fast, and also it is a good thing that we have decided together in the European Union to prolong for 6 months the current sanctions that are in place for Russia, but more needs to be done to increase the pressure there, especially as Russia now has an extra income source in terms of the oil income that was not at the same level before. So that means for us at the European Union level and Romania's point of view is that we need to continue accelerating the pressure we generate here on the 20th package of sanctions. Also, the conversation with the Indian Foreign Affairs Minister is very important. We have met in February on a bilateral talks, and we will continue here at the European Union format. For Romania, the trade agreement is important, especially for our car and digital services industries. This being said, something that has happened this week is that we have seen the unprovoked Russian attack to a Ukraine power plant that has generated an environmental crisis on the Dnistru River in Moldova. I want to commend the Moldovan government for the swift response, and also it is one of the moments where we can provide help through the European Civil Protection Mechanism. This is actually a moment also to say thank you to the team of the European Civil Protection Mechanism, as we have coordinated through that mechanism throughout the last days, also in bringing our citizens back home safely from the Middle East. Romania has been the first country to activate the air transportation capabilities of the European Union Civil Protection Mechanism through the rescue mechanism, together with our teams back home. If you have any questions.
The German Foreign Minister said yesterday that he doesn't really see how it would help to extend ASPIDES, the mission the EU has. What is your position on this, and would you like to have ASPIDES be extended?
If I would like to have, sorry?
ASPIDES, the sea mission, that the NATO
Yes.
mission for state reformers, would you like to see it extended?
Something that Romania has done is that we are not involved in the sea mission you are mentioning. For us, it is very important that we keep a focus when it comes to our naval capabilities on the Black Sea, because that also has its own challenges. But we are ready to contribute to the common conversations in terms of the naval sea mission that you're mentioning. In terms of defense, though, it is very important to understand that the Middle East crisis also generates extra risks outside of the region. Something that we have done in the last days is, together with the United States, we have increased our defense capabilities. Romania has, since 2016, an anti-missile air defense system together with the United States at the Devaselu, and we will continue to provide access for defense non-kinetic support.
Minister, today French and German colleagues will inform you about movements in Georgia. So what's your expectations? Because, you know, situation in Georgia, it's not very good regarding to civil society, media, and the movement regarding to European help.
Yes, we have been clear about the fact that Georgia needs to take the proper measure to ensure protection of its democracy, of its democratic institutions and processes. We are neighbors of the Black Sea, and in that sense, we are also one of the first European countries that have signed a strategic partnership with Georgia. We want to continue to see Georgia on a European path and see the will of its citizens enacted in political decisions, especially now that the Black Sea is so important, not just in terms of the security situation for Europe, but also in terms of the energy transportation infrastructure, the undersea cable infrastructure, and especially how can we have the Black Sea as play its own role in terms of connection with other continents as well. We had a dinner last night among the Ministers of Foreign Affairs for the Free Seas Initiative in order to continue to have the investment fund and proper decisions to connect our seas, but also make sure we have the proper energy logistical lanes that are needed. And I think the current crisis on the Strait of Hormuz also shows that it is essential in the next year to develop more and more infrastructure in terms of having alternative flows of energy when a crisis arises in different parts of the world.
Minister, President Trump has said that NATO faces a very bad future if U.S. allies fail to assist in opening the Strait of Hormuz. What is your response to that?
We have said and will continue to say that NATO is first of all a defensive alliance, and that is the most important part that needs to be focused on. On terms of providing support, as I have said, Romania has agreed to allow the United States that together we increase our defense capabilities, exclusively non-kinetic capabilities, because I think it is also important that once we have these strategic partnerships in place, and Romania and United States have a strategic partnership for a long time, that when it comes exclusively to defensive capabilities, that is something that we can use. Thank you. I have answered that question before. Thank you.